Hey everyone, welcome back to CryptoCache. Thank you very much for joining me here. Hope you're having an amazing day. I know I certainly am, especially when Bitcoin is on the rise. We all love to see that, of course. And same with Loopring. Let's go ahead and take a look at Loopring as well, kind of see what's going on. May not be on the rise, but I just still feel as if there's a good chance here for this to continue to the upside. And we'll find out here in just a moment. Now, if you're new to the channel, not a financial advisor, this is for educational purposes only. And just note that I've been trading for over 15 years, and my goal is to help you become more of an effective trader. I have a trading community / signal group where I send out signals and help educate you on how to become a better, more effective, a proficient trader, right? Profitable is a key word there, right? So check that out in your own time. Everyone is having a good time, and I'll tell you what, it's amazing for me too because I have just such a great group of folks in there. Like there's some amazing patrons. You should check it out. Anyways, I have a descriptive video regarding that. Let's take a look here at LRC. I left up my Fibonacci retracement from yesterday's video, just kind of get some reiteration here. It looks like the price is actually working right perfectly within all the lines. It's really amazing how Fibonacci has a tendency of doing that. But what you can see here, obviously, is a simple fact that both support and resistance levels are pretty much holding. I got these channels here and this channel here, and the price is working almost exactly within that, right? So it could happen. We'll probably see some type of wedge pattern breakout eventually. It may not happen today, but we should see some type of breakout to the upside soon, as most of these coin types are performing very similarly, right? So just to clarify, why don't we just go ahead and go through kind of the traditional technical analysis, then we'll just dive into the retracement lines again once more to give us a prediction. But at this point here on the one-day chart, we can pretty much see that the candlesticks are definitely high right here for the last couple of days, right? But bottom line here is that the RSI is up over 70 and it should work as a support. So what's great about this is commonly you'll see this the RSI kind of keep the price above, or obviously it could break below. Don't get me wrong, that's not an exact science, but it does work as a support level once it stays above that for a little while. It's an interesting phenomenon, but it makes sense perfectly based on the momentum that we have here. Today is a typical sell-off day, which makes perfect sense too. We've got the three, what they refer to as the three white soldiers. So you got this guy, this guy, and this guy. The fourth day is always a red day. There's just no other way around it because you have 3 strong days in a row. You're going to see a red day on the fourth. And we saw that with Bitcoin here recently. In fact, it went up 3 weeks in a row and we had a red week. No coincidence, right? It's just kind of the way that it happens. Now, moving forward, let's go ahead and take a look at the 4-hour chart. See where we're at in the moving averages. We're well above that, nothing to really worry about. Let's go ahead and look at the Ishimoku cloud on the 1 hour, see where we're at here. We're breaking into the cloud now, right? So the general rule of thumb here is to not really buy or take a position when you're inside of the cloud because it's considered a no-buy zone. When it's above, yes, you can go ahead and take entry, and below it's considered a selling or a shorting opportunity. All right, that's the general concept. Again, we want to look at other factors. You don't just make your decision on that one thing, but that does help. So here at this point, we're traveling into the cloud. Not a bad thing, but that basically just means that there's a good chance this could work as a support level and move the price up, right? It does happen more often than not in bullish momentous trends like this. We see the cloud essentially work as a support, so it could actually start holding the price up here soon. We may see that as well. But just note, that's not a foolproof 100% every time, but it does certainly work out to be like that a lot of the times, okay? Let me just go ahead and get rid of this here and clear out the charts a little bit better. Let's go ahead and take a quick look at the TD sequential. See what's going on, see how far into this trend we are. And there, this is perfect. I love to see this. So take a look at this here. Looking at the TD sequential, what that is basically, it's just time to mark sequential. It's a really cool indicator to help you understand market exhaustion. So if you look in the past here, you can kind of see when the price shoots up to a 9, it typically consolidates and goes sideways. That's the general concept of how it's supposed to work. When you have a 9, like this one here, for example, we hit a 9 here, there's one last leg up, and then it consolidates and retraces. But if you look at both these times, look at that, we go from a 1 to a 9, and it resets. And we're at a 1 to a 9, are we going to get that reset to the upside? There's a decent chance. Yeah, there's a good chance that could work out that way. Also, the fact that the price almost bounced off support here recently, that could be another factor as well. So I do think that we might see something along those lines, maybe a bounce here in the near future. Still a little too early to tell because there's typically always a couple of hours after that we hit the 9 where it could continue in the same direction. So don't just jump in right now because of that. But the bottom line here is that we are seeing that occur. Now, one thing I want to show you here too as well, which is interesting. I don't normally look at the 1-minute chart, but I was looking at it earlier today with Bitcoin because we had a major sell-off. Take a look at this correlation here. Look at this. Big dip from Bitcoin, major increase from LRC, and then it sold off. So it's an interesting correlation. But just note that that had happened. That's what caused the red candle here today, at least within the last 15 to 60 minutes. So just note that as well, that it was trying to increase and pump, but it got dumped out really quick because of that. So just something to understand. So let's go ahead and take a quick look at prediction here, kind of see what we have as potential. Now the bottom line is that I don't believe it's fully done retracing, right? I think we could see another 4 hours of consolidation / retracement. So what we want to do is we want to respect the support level of 118. In other words, we want to wait and see if it comes down that low. Heaven forbid it bounces and comes back up. That's all well and good. There's nothing wrong with that. But I think taking a position right now may be a little risky, but it really depends on where you're at in your overall situation, right? Obviously, if you're averaging down, then by all means go ahead and add your position because the price is much lower than it was yesterday, right? But if you were just taking a new position, wait for the support level to be tested perhaps and see what happens in the next 4 hours of trading before you take entry. But just note that these support and resistance levels, the support channel here, up between 150 and 160, no, correction, I'm sorry, between 155 and 175, that's a strong resistance channel, okay? We've also got a strong support channel here at about 106, okay? So in that little range there. So we're in this nice little center spot. So the closer to that line of 117, the better, right? So you want to hopefully take entry closer to that position. Let's take one last look at the volume profile range and kind of see what's going on here. Sorry, give me 1 second. All right, so let's see. So there's a lot of volume right at about $1 even. So keep that in mind, it's a pretty strong support. That's a little ways away. If we look at just the more recent, we can see right here in the last, 2 trading days, we got a strong amount of volume right at about 130. So that could potentially work as a resistance. Keep that in mind, the price action is below that line. So until we break back up above 130, I would not consider this to be bullish. It's mostly just still in a state of consolidation. So that's something to understand big picture, because the volume profile does help us understand support and resistance levels as well as Fibonacci. So let's just go ahead and pull this guy back up. And onto the prediction for the future. I still feel confident in letting, saying that LRC should reach somewhere in the range of about 275 as kind of a better case scenario by the end of the month. I know some people think that's crazy. That could very well happen in the next couple of days. Don't get me wrong. But if it does happen in the next couple of days, we will see a stronger retracement. It'll come back down. It won't hold that price action. And these type of coins need to have that consistency, because if they don't have a sell-off period, then they're going to retrace and kind of dump, for lack of better terms. So we got this nice increase here and over, right? We got a nice increase and over. However, this little period of consolidation is nice. It's actually more beneficial than the opposite. In other words, we want to see that continue for a little bit longer. So I'd love it if we saw the price action kind of get lower, so to speak. In other words, if it were to kind of come down here to 118 and kind of consolidate for a couple more days, then that would be a perfect position to go ahead and add to your position, right? Anyways, these are just hopeful thoughts here. But regardless, I hope you understand where I'm coming from here in the big picture, that it's important to have periods of consolidation, and it is consolidating now. It's just not quite done, in my opinion. I think we probably got at least 4 to 8 hours left of consolidation, and we'll see what happens soon. So hopefully find benefit here, and like and subscribe if you haven't already. Check out my Patreon community if you want to become a better trader. Looking forward to getting to know you better. I hope you have an amazing rest of your day. Thank you so much. We'll go ahead and take another look at LRC very soon. Have a good rest of your day. Thank you.